what's going down? It's DJ Payne 1 for BeatStars.com, and I'm going to try my best to be as clear and concise in this video because I'm evidently being misunderstood by a lot of viewers when I speak on this subject. I've made a few videos about sample clearance, and I hope this is the last video about it that I ever make. I wanted to address a few misunderstandings that viewers of my previous sample clearance videos have expressed, and hopefully this makes sense. The two main points I've made about sample clearance in previous videos are, number one, if you sell a beat to a major label and that beat contains uncleared samples, the label will handle that process. You as the producer are not expected or required to pay to clear the sample in advance. If we want to get technical, yes, you will pay for it in the sense that sample clearance fees are recoupable against your royalties, but you're not literally going into your pocket to cover these expenses. Number two, if you release music on your own, even free music with uncleared samples, and the music doesn't sell or gain massive popularity, you will probably never get sued or even flagged by a DMCA takedown claim. It's happened in a couple cases. For example, Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is signed to Interscope Universal. Universal is the biggest distribution company on the planet. You can make the case that his mixtapes led up to him generating millions of dollars off of his music. That's why he got sued. But that's an exception. I've produced records for iconic artists. I'm not saying names, but I know for a fact they didn't clear the samples when they released those songs, and they face no legal repercussions. Number three, legally, the entity responsible for sample clearance is the entity that publishes the music, hence point number one. But I think a major source of misunderstanding here is the word publish. I'm not talking about publishing as in ASCAP, BMI, publishing deals, that sort of thing, which is super important. You should know about that. But I'm talking about the definition of the word publish. And let's look at this word in detail, and let's focus on the pub part, because saying lish by itself sounds really stupid. Pub, that comes from Latin for the populace, the people, the public. In English, the word publish, as you probably guessed, you freaking word nerds, means to make public. A lot of musicians don't understand this concept. Here are some of the most common misunderstandings I've received. Number one, why do rappers have to pay for sample clearance but producers don't? That's not true, but someone asked that question. Again, the entity who publishes the music needs to handle sample clearance. If you're a rapper and you're releasing the music yourself under your name and under your business, then you are acting as a label. You are publishing the music, and you need to do all the label stuff that comes with that, such as accounting and sample clearance. If the producer is releasing the music himself or herself, then they need to handle that. If a record label is releasing the music, i.e. publishing it, then they need to handle that. Number two, if you're not making money off the song, it's not illegal to sample. Okay, another case of somebody not understanding the concept of publishing, making something public. If somebody takes your beat, for example, or your hook or your lyrics, and they release them on YouTube without your permission, are you mad? Yeah, you're mad. I'm mad. I hate when people steal my beats. Why? Because they violated your copyright, and you can threaten legal action against them even though they're not selling the song. You know how many people steal beats off of my beat store, release them on YouTube, and I have to file DMCA claims against them? That's a legal process. I'm asserting my copyright when I do that. They're not making a cent off these songs, but I don't want them taking my material without consent or without compensating me, because I do this for a living. Now, in legal terms, this is the same as uploading a song to YouTube that contains an uncleared sample. In artistic terms, these are somewhat different situations, but in terms of the law, they're not. Wait a minute. It can't be legal to copyright a song or a beat that contains an uncleared sample, right? Alright, in spite of me making a video that shows information directly off of the US Copyright Office's website explaining that yes, you can in fact copyright a beat or a song that contains an uncleared sample, people still think I'm lying. This stems from a misunderstanding of the concept of publishing a song. When you copyright a song, you upload it to a private government server. It is not available to the public for free or for purchase as it would be if you chose to upload it to, say, YouTube or iTunes instead of copyright.gov. The expectation here with copyright is that after you copyright the song as protection for yourself in the future, once the song is actually released, you will move forward with clearing the sample before making the song public. Alright, I hope that makes sense. Talking about sample clearance dehydrates me, so now I gotta go drink 2 gallons of water and sleep for 2 hours. And please don't confuse the word publish with the concept of publishing and performing rights. Those are two different things. And if I create another major misunderstanding, I'm gonna jump out a window. Peace.